Hello all. So in last video we saw how can we load data into employees dimension. Now before loading data into actual fact table, we are going to create another dimension called manager dimension. Now structure of this manager dimension is exactly same as what we can see in employees dimension. Only thing is the data is different. So let me go back to our employees dimension structure. So this was the employees dimension structure, and I just copied exactly same structure for manager dimension as well. Only thing is I have changed this hire date data type to int. I will explain you why. Okay, we are going to change this as well later on, but as of now I will keep as is just to show that is I mean just to show the difference between those two dimensions. Now coming back to our manager dimension. So since employees dimension holds employees data, manager dimension will hold the manager data. So I'm going to reuse whatever stored procedure we created for employees dimension. Okay, so let me go back here, and this was the stored procedure we created last time. So it is pulling records from st underscore employees, and again it is updating remaining columns. Okay, now instead of pulling all the employees records, we are going to pull only managers records. So let me create a new query here. Okay, and I will simply copy this. Okay, and instead of employee, I will give this as mgr, right, where 1 equal to 1 and mgr dot employee id in. So select employee or select manager id, select star from st underscore employees, and here manager id. And since we need group distinct manager IDs, because there can be multiple manager IDs in this table, a manager ID is not a primary key, employee ID is a primary key. So that's why I'm using distinct, or you can use group by manager ID. So this inner query will give me the manager IDs, and if I use that again as a again in st underscore employees, I will get exactly the manager information. So let me just replace this guy. Perfect. So I got the manager information. So 18 records. What I will do, let me create that manager dimension as well. Okay. Now one more thing is, as I said, hire date I have kept as integer. Now why is that? So if I run this query right now, hire date, this is the exact date in a date format. So it is readable. But thing is, when we are joining that, so eventually what is going to happen is hire date from employees dimension and hire date from manager dimension will go into fact table. Okay, that will act as a key. But while joining that with date dimension, right, it will still work. I mean, if I keep this hire date as is, it will still work. But it is better to join on in data type instead of date data type. Okay, and that's the sole purpose. Like I am converting that date time to integer. Okay, and when at the time of reporting, I will use, instead of getting this or instead of displaying that hire date from employees or manager dimension, I'm going to show that hire date attribute from date dimension. Okay, so hire date in manager and employee dimension will be useful only for key, only for joining purpose. Okay, at the time of reporting, for display purpose, we are going to use attribute from date dimension. I will show you how that will work in later videos. Okay, so what I will do, I will go back here. I will first cast this, because see there are date time. Since I have mentioned that date time, right, I am seeing that hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So let me first cast that, cast as date. This is perfect. And since again there are hyphens there, so I will replace that. Replace as higher date, and I will replace hyphen with null. Perfect. Okay, so this is the integer data type now, and I will call this insert into and insert into. Okay, and as you see here, the first column is manager ID, and remaining columns are same. I'll copy this guy. Perfect. Okay, if I run this, it should insert 18 records. Okay, 18 records got inserted. Now if I run this multiple times, it will go and insert all the records. It will, so we'll have duplicate records, and in order to avoid that, again we'll have to use this not exist. So and not exist, select one from, I'm going to use this dim managers, dim mgr on, where 1 equal to 1 and dim mgr dot manager id equal to, so manager dot employee id. This is perfect. And again, uh, manager id won't be a primary key there. Okay, if manager gets moved from one department to another department, a new record can get created. Okay, so that's the reason I am going to use this hire date again. Second condition. So this and this, and again, uh, this is an integer. Manager date in department table is an integer. Okay, so I will have to cast what error it is giving. Multi-part. Okay, this and this. It is showing that. Since what I am do. Okay, it's not. It's a dim employee. Okay, this is perfect, and I will just have to cast. If I run this, I will get to. I will get the records because this condition will fail. See this. I mean it. The query itself failed because I need to cast it. This is an integer and this is a data type. So let me cast it. What I will do, I will copy this guy. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and if I run this, it won't work. Okay, this is perfect. Similarly, I need to update these records. So what I will do is, so select star from dim manager, dim mgr, join, and I will copy this entire thing. Perfect. Okay, and I will give this as a manager on, and I'll copy these two, and employee ID. No, here I will have manager ID, and here this is correct, and this I will have to cast. Perfect. So if I run this guy, I should get 18 records. Yes, 18 records. Okay, and what I will do is I will simply add this update statement. Uh, Update dim manager. Perfect. And instead of employee, I just have to use. I don't know why it is throwing. Oh, okay, okay. From dim manager, dim mgr. Yeah, perfect. So if I run this, it should update 18 records. Yeah, perfect. And what I will do, I will uh, create or alter load dim managers. Let me check what name I gave. Load dim emp. So I will give load dim mgr. All right, as begin, end, begin, and perfect, begin and perfect, create or alter procedure. All right, so if I run this, okay, and let me just, okay, and let's check the data. Select star from, yeah, this is fine. Okay, now same change of data type change from date time to integer we'll do in employees dimension as well. So what I will do, I will change this to int. All right, I'll copy this guy. I will drop this table first. Okay, and I will change this. Let me copy this guy. Okay, or else cast as date and replace as higher date. Perfect. Okay, if I run this, okay, this is correct. And I just have to use higher date. Perfect. So if I run this, 107, and if I run this again, it should it should insert 0 records. Perfect. Similarly, the same thing I will use in here. So it will use this for join employee, and yeah, this is for ideally. So this is already converted, right? So we don't have to really cast this. So even though if I don't cast it, it will still work because it's already converted. This guy is already converted. If I run this, yeah, see, it is already converted. So we really don't have to cast it. And let me run this. If I run this, it should give it in records. And if I run this, it should update 107 records. Perfect. So let me execute this truck. This is fine. And let me execute this procedure. So let's check the records in select star from dim employees. There should not be any records. Oh, I executed or what? Okay, I must have executed, but yeah, now the higher date is correct. All right. Let me drop and recreate, or I will truncate and recreate. Truncate table. Okay, and I will once execute that. Okay, this is perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we have completed the load of all the dimension tables now, and in next video we are going to see how can we load data into our HR fact table. Thank you for watching this video.